Hey Warrior Nation, Nile Harris here. Are you a member of my subscription site? I am nileharris.com/Warrior Jump School. Warrior Jump School is an online, on-demand library of mini masterclasses, past mini masterclasses that I've unlocked include how to price your products and services, how to do a financial plan, make it easy. I take you click by click through Excel. If you haven't had the opportunity yet to check it out, head to imnileharris.com/warrior jump school. You can check out a preview lesson. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a preview of this month's mini masterclass. A new one is unlocked every Friday, first Friday of the month rather. And I'm going to be showing you right here, just stick with me, a preview lesson from this month's class, how to create and execute a marketing plan. Everything you need to create and execute a marketing plan that wins you customers and turns them into believers. Take a look at this preview lesson. And when you are ready for the rest of the lesson, head to imnileharris.com/warrior jump school. You can always check any of my profile links at I am Nile Harris on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. In LinkedIn, you will find your way to Warrior Jump School. So stick around here. I'm going to be giving you a preview lesson of this month's master class, mini master class, everything you need to create and execute a marketing plan. Get after it, Warrior. Welcome back. Great job. We are doing fabulous. You are doing fabulous. By now, you've identified your ideal customer. You figured out what their journey is. What is that you want that journey to look like? How they're even getting into your journey. What are your marketing channels? What are your goals, objectives? How you're going to measure them? What are some key performance indicators? And we're going to do a little bit of a shift here because there's another aspect of this. I touched on it earlier, but I want to be sure that we are really getting into this a little bit more so that you're thinking about it, not just for yourself, but you're also thinking about your competition and how your customers, potential customers, experience you versus your competition. This is also helpful if you're going to be working with any vendors or if you're going to be seeking investment dollars. If you have a pitch deck, for example, you might already have this pulled together. If you don't have a pitch deck pulled together and you need to pull a pitch deck together, I'm not going to get into the whole pitch deck or how you do it, but this is just one component of looking at your market dynamics. If you are a member of my site, there is a lesson, there is a mini masterclass on how to create a pitch deck, and there's lots of good juicy things in there to help you pull that together. So at a high level, I'm going to talk to you about what is your current market position. You want to know what your current market position is because you have to know where you are to know where you want to be. You have to figure out what point A is if you're going to figure out what point B is. So we're going to touch on that and then also look at the competitive landscape because you want to be able to visualize where you are so that you can figure out where you need to be. But where do you fall? And you always want to be keeping your mind forward in terms of, what's next? What's coming next? And this will help you do that. So I've got some circles here. Let's talk about some definitions. What are some of these things? What do these things mean? Total available market, TAM, serviceable available market, SAM, serviceable obtainable market, SOM. So maybe you've heard people refer to TAM, SAM, SOM. TAM is your total available market. That is everybody in the world or in your country or your city that is looking for this particular product. Serviceable available market are those folks who you can reach, that can be reached. If it's like for a cell phone example, people that don't live in areas with cell phone towers, for example, probably wouldn't be a good target market for you to sell cell phones. That's just an example of what I mean by serviceable market. Then your serviceable obtainable market is that's who you think you can get. So it's your piece of the pie and you're focused on trying to grow your piece of the pie. Your marketing plan is focused on those people in that serviceable obtainable market. And it might touch a little bit on how many of the folks in TAM and SAM. For example, if you are a healthcare company, you've got people who suffer from a certain disease state, who get treated for that disease state. So it's your market looks a little bit different in terms of like prevalence and what's being treated, things like that. So if you're in the healthcare space and you're looking at prevalence and things like that and gold standard treatments, this is how this translates into your particular circumstance. Let's go a little bit deeper. I'm going to do an example of running shoes. So let's say that there are, all the runners in the United States, whether they run long distances, short distances, they're sprinters, whether they're in their 80s, whether they're in high school, all of those runners, and you're going to have to do some research here on how to pull out this information. Again, different masterclass for a different day. But let's say that your TAM represents $500 million of potential business. Let's say your shoe is really only focused on those people who want to run long distances. So maybe they want to run, half marathons, maybe they're cross country runners. That market represents 250 million people in the US. Well, let's say you have narrowed down your focus even more. Let's say you've narrowed it down to you only want experienced runners, not beginning runners. These are the ones that drive all over the country looking for different marathons to run in. Maybe they're high school students who are running cross country, athletes who are training for the Olympics. You want to figure out, again, you've decided on what your ideal target market is. Well, let's say when you narrow that down, it's 100 million. So that is what your marketing plan. Your marketing plan is focused on that 100 million. That's your pie. That's your piece of the pie. And you want to grow your piece of the pie. You want to get as much of that 100 million as possible. That's what your marketing plan is going to be focused on. And this is part of the information that you want to have in your marketing plan, because again, you have to know where you are to know where you need to be and if the tactics that you're doing are going to get you into the folks who are in that SOM circle. So next, we're going to talk about your competitive landscape and who you're competing against and kind of how to think that through.